Alright, welcome back to the tutorials. So we've been doing a lot of intense sort of coding and maybe moving a little bit more quickly than we have been. So let's just slow down for a second and let's take stock of kind of where we are. Before I run a preview, I want to turn off our opening cutscene that we do between, oh geez, I forgot their names already. Let's go to load game and let's see where we have our scenes here. So we've got Kingdom dialogue, cutscenes, Jane and Henry. There we go. And let's go ahead and let's set Jane and Henry's cutscene to complete. Now I'm going to add a comment here. Right? We haven't been doing enough commenting probably, but this is one of those good sections to say, remember to set Jane and Henry.complete back to 0 when starting the game. Okay, so remember these comments are just kind of notes to ourselves. Alright, now let's run a preview and see where we are. Okay, when we leave here now, we should already be past the cutscene. Yep, they're gone. Okay, that's good. When I enter this room, I shouldn't see an enemy NPC. Oh, but I do see that though. So we'll have to fix that up. We should have an enemy NPC, however, in current room 2. There he is. Look at that guy, looking all smug. Alright. So, rather than save this for a cleanup day, I think maybe we'll just clean it up now really quickly. The coding for that should be pretty simple. We just need to change whenever we do our fade screen external event. Let's go ahead and bring up our fade screen external event. It should be under external events actually, yeah. Game mechanics, there we go, fade the screen. Do equals 1 to global variable, right, that's good. We can even add it, yeah, we can add it right here. Wait, is that the right one? Yeah, I guess it is. Sorry, I just wanted to see something here. Time to fade my screen. Okay. Okay, we just need to add our variable here, which is menus dot health bar show, set it equal to 0 so that it's hidden. And then when we end the fade screen, it should pop back up. Let's see here. Right, delete timer, all that, stop Bob equals 0. We add it here, set it back to 1. Let me move this up before we delete it. And now it should pop back up. Let's run our preview here and see if that takes care of that. Okay, good. Now you'll note we don't have a health bar here. We'll deal with that when the time comes. Because remember, this is a larger space, right? It gets programmed a little bit differently. There it is. There's the health bar. Okay, good. Now we go in. Okay. All right. So we've got our enemy NPC here. We do have to do a little bit of programming here by setting up the battle external event. So let's do that. Let's bring up our battle external event. Goon create goon battle. Here we are. Let's associate it with the basic kingdom room. And we already added it, so that's fine. So now let me get rid of fade the screen here. We don't need that. And let me add an event here. Whoops, I'm sure we'll need this eventually. We'll need a way in and a way out. So for our load game, we created some variables here, right? We created this idea of goons.battle, right? That's going to be a trigger variable that we're going to use right here. And we're going to say if, excuse me, if goons.battle equals, whoops, 1, we'll do all this, and then of course we need our way out. Well, but we don't want to have our way out to be in here. We want this to actually continually run until the goon is gone, in which case we'll end our sort of check for the battle here. All right. The reason why we're even using a trigger variable is because we're going to have a bunch of code in here, and we don't always want to check for code if we don't have to, right? We know this. So that's why we're using a trigger variable here. So when it's equal to 1, we want to check for a couple of things, right? First thing we want to check for here is we'll start with collision, right? So when Bob is in collision with a goon, we want to do a couple of things, right? We want to separate the two objects, of course. We want to stop Bob. We want to separate them. Sorry, position. Bob from the goon. All right, let's stop there and do a check, but first we need to trigger this actual variable, and for that we need to go to basic kingdom room, not the external events. We need to go to current rooms 2, and we've created, now we need to set the battle up, right? We need to set our goons.battle actually equal to 1. All right, let's see if we are running this correctly now. Let's do our preview. Okay, if we did this correctly, we should stop. Instead, we just disappeared. What just happened there? What was that about? Let's try that one more time. Okay, so battle 1 should be running, right? Our external event should be running. Let's come at it from a different angle and see if that does anything different. That is really weird. Okay, so let's try to do a little bit of debugging here and see if if that somehow collision is messed up for the entire room. Shouldn't be. Right? That's fine. Very weird. Why is it changing here? Let's let's get rid of this. And see if that changes it. Sometimes you just have to try something and see if that alters it, and then you can kind of put together a rationale for why it didn't work. That is really weird. Well, let's try something else here. Let's actually change our health bar. Let's just move our health bar. This isn't actually this isn't the right way, the way that we're supposed to do this. But let's change the width of our health bar. Interesting. You see our health bar moving? But for some reason, it does not like the collision. I'm going to add a sub-event here and add the collision part. I'm going to see if that does anything here. Okay, I'm back here. It took me a little while to figure out what was actually going wrong here, but I'll go through it with you. My approach again, right? For debugging is all about sort of line by line going through the logic of how your program is executing, right? So the issue is when we touch the character here, you see how it sort of is disappearing? Okay, let's think about how we're executing this code here. We're initiating the creation of this goon, right? And where does that get initiated? It gets initiated right here, current room. The goon is created, right? It's created this position. And it sets this goons.battle equal to 1, which sets this up here, which is constantly moving Bob away, right? Moves Bob away. And I'll add the stop back here again as well. Whoops, sorry about that. Movement, stop the object Bob. So originally when we were colliding with the goon NPC, Bob would just disappear. But you saw in that previous example, Bob actually moved way back. That means the separation here is occurring. It's just moving him to a place off the screen. It's not that Bob's being destroyed. We haven't actually executed any code to destroy him, which means he's there. It's just he's moving way the heck off the screen. So why is that happening? Well, you'll notice here that battle.goon1 is always equal to 1 right now. So it's constantly recreating this code over and over and over again, and that's causing a problem here. It's causing sort of the separation part of Bob to continually separate him out, away from that, from the goon. So what we need to do is we need to add a trigger once while true. And then what that does is that will now only create the goon one time, right where he needs to be, and then this will stay running as it needs to do. And we're just minusing the health bar as well. This is not connected in any way to Bob's health, right? I was doing this just for sort of fun so you could see the effect of minusing the health bar width, but it's not connected in any way. So now let's run a preview here, and we won't run into that problem again. You always gotta catch something, you know? All right, here we go. Yep, that was the problem. And you see it's kind of a cool effect up here on the screen. The width of the meter is going down. But, I mean, again, that's not connected to Bob's health yet. We haven't done that. But at least we have sort of this collision detection with the goon here.